Hello everyone, my name's Michael. I'm a registered clinical counselor out here in beautiful Vancouver, BC. My work focuses on counseling, obviously, and today's topic is going to focus on couples. So one thing I see in a lot of my work is I see people go through, let's say, a circle of behaviors. And we've ended up talking about this a lot before, meaning that sometimes people become addicted to behaviors. We can be addicted to many different things, such as being lazy. We can be addicted to exercise in general, right? So the opposite of lazy almost. We can be addicted to perfectionism. We can be addicted to being hard on ourselves. There's a lot of things we can be addicted to. Obviously, there's drugs, alcohol, video games. Those are obvious. But behaviors are also addictive because your body enters a homeostasis where it feels very comfortable. Not only does your physiology get used to things, so does your habits. So when we think about some things that we might want to work on, we want to think about how can we reduce the circle of behaviors that couples often get themselves into, the ways that they fuel themselves to make the relationship not work. Let's do an example. So a very simple circle of behaviors is one that I hear a great deal. And this is going to be for our typical heterosexual couples. And that's obviously going to be the large majority of the people that I work with. Let's say, for example, the husband is struggling with communication. He would like more communication. Obviously, at this point, the wife, let's say, feels lots of pressure and keeps pushing the husband away. So pushes against the husband's needs. So now at this point, the husband is not getting their needs met, reducing their needs met. Obviously fueling his need for more communication and maybe being even more of a bother. And obviously the wife now tries to disconnect even more. So we notice how one thing fuels the other. And how do we stop this? Obviously somebody has to start doing something differently. Either the wife has to start changing habits and has to learn to meet the needs of the husband, or maybe the husband has to work with something called codependency. You know, it's very rarely just one of these things. It's usually both that are very key. When we work with our couples, it's never one person's fault, it's usually both people's fault. I can say that for the large majority of the individuals that I work with. Can the fault be more strongly on one than the other? Of course, but the reason why we do behaviors that don't work is because we are fueled to do those things by our partner. As part of this, we also have to think about what are those needs that we need to meet, right? So many of my clients are talking about needs that really do not matter. I hear so much that I need him to. Oh my gosh, what a terrible statement, because it's always doing something, changing something, or being someone different. And this one just really does not make a lot of sense to me, because when we say we need someone to do something, it very rarely is the thing that needs to be done, rather it is the relationship that needs to be improved. And when the relationship is improved, all the behaviors and all the change that we would like, they get better by themselves. Here's an example. You do not need your wife to do laundry. That's a stupid need. No one really needs to do laundry at all. Buy new clothes every day. It's a silly need. But what do you actually need behind all that? What does laundry represent? Fairness. I do a lot of the work in the household. I feel like you do not enough. Fairness, right? Obviously, equity has a lot to do with that, right? Feeling supported. Oh, wow. There's another one. That one's very important. So when you do laundry for me, I feel supported, right? Understanding. Validation. It could be any number of different things. So we want to know that the action that we want is not actually the most important thing. Instead, we would like these things to get better. So when, let's say, the husband is feeling validated, is feeling understood, is feeling support, is feeling lots of equity in the relationship. Laundry won't be the first thing in his head. It'll be the fact that the relationship is better. And then, guess what? Laundry will get better on its own. How do we make that better? Well, first we have to learn about the chain of behaviors that we do. What are the needs that I am not helping my partner get met and is fueling their negative behavior so that we both get addicted to negative behaviors towards one another? So first it's awareness, and it almost always is mental health issues. Mental health issues require lots of awareness. After that, a collaborated action plan that is supported by either both parties or maybe someone like me, a counselor. Right? This is a very generalist idea of how we can make things better. Right? But this is a good basis of understanding. Pay attention to each other's needs. Don't pay attention to the actions. Right? You need to understand that needs first before the actions can be made better. Practice being aware. Seek some help. It's very important. Be aware of your circle of behaviors and how you contribute to it. And that's basically all I have to say, folks. Be well, take care of yourself. Any questions or comments, please put them in the comments before. Like the video if you feel like it's important, and I will see all of you at a different date. Wow, look at this big mess that we've made.